Hey, New Covenant Church, do you ever wonder why things work the way that they do in the world? This is the pastor's note for Wednesday, March 31st, 2021, and reading from Job chapter 12 this morning, have some reflections for you from there. If you look at the way things work in the world, it often does seem like the wicked are prospering. And in Job chapter 12 especially, we're at this point in the book of Job when there's this dialogue that's going on between Job and his friends, or sometimes he refers to them as his counselors. They are trying to instruct Job, explain to Job why he's experiencing such calamity. His family has died. He's lost his cattle. Virtually everything of value has been taken from him, and his flesh has even been affected by it. And his friends are trying to put everything in this nice, clean box, and essentially drawing this conclusion that righteousness is blessed and wickedness is cursed. His friend, in fact, Zophar, has said to him, look, stretch out your hands to the Almighty. If there's iniquity in your heart, how is he going to regard you? And so essentially they're saying, look, Job, if there weren't some sin, some hidden sin in your life, you wouldn't be experiencing this. And Job says, Job in chapter 12 said, surely you are the wisest men in the earth, and when you die, all wisdom is going to be gone. And he's mocking them a little bit. But he says, look, I can show you that what you're saying is false. So in Job chapter 12, verse 6, he says, look, the tents of robbers are at peace, and those who mock God are secure. How do you explain that? If everything works according to righteousness is blessed and wickedness is cursed. How do you explain that? And then he goes on, look at nature in verse 7. He says, ask the beasts, and they will teach you. The birds of the heavens, and they will tell you, or the bushes of the earth, and they will teach you, or the fish of the sea, and they will declare to you. And what he's saying there is, think about this. When you look at the ocean, which animal is more secure? The mackerel, the tuna, or the great white? When you look at the birds of the heavens, which is more secure? The eagle, the vulture, or the dove? When you look at the beasts of the field, which is more secure, the gazelle or the lion? And the conclusion there is very clear, that even within nature, the more violent the beast, the more secure it is. This just proves everything that Eliphaz and Zophar are trying to say to Job, when they're saying that, look, those who honor God or those who live righteously amongst men are going to be the most secure. That is simply flat out false. And so here's the conclusion that Job draws from all of this. He says, look, in verse 13, with God are wisdom and might. He has counsel and understanding. If he tears down, none can rebuild. If he shuts a man in, none can open. Everything, the final conclusion is that everything is under God's sovereign hand. He alone has wisdom. He alone has understanding. He brings down kings. He brings down the words of the strong, of the mighty. Everything is subject to him. And we hear maybe a reflection of this in Jeremiah chapter 55 when he says, your ways are not my ways. Your thoughts are not my thoughts. As high as the heavens are, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. So the conclusion is, here it is, we don't always understand what is going on, but what we can conclude is that everything occurring is occurring under the sovereign dominion of a mighty and an infinitely wise God. And this comes all the way down to our own lives. We rest, and Job at the very end of the book will say, I shut my lips, right? I have nothing to say. I cannot answer God. It's a source of peace for you as a believer because you understand God is directing all things. It doesn't work perhaps the way that you think it ought to work, but it is working out according to the wisdom of God Almighty. And that's our conclusion. God bless you. I will see you next time.